You are constantly told about the importance and value of confidence. Always stand up for yourself, always believe in yourself. You are important. Although sometimes being the quiet guy can be the better option. Here's a short story where someone else stealing my thunder actually managed to save my ass. Before I begin, I do have to add some context. Put up Chekhov's gun here, so to speak. Early 2000s, there were public service ads about domestic violence. It showed a series of women talking about their domestic abuse situations, while repeating common lies and excuses used to justify the abuse, ending with the tagline,
"Violence against women? Australia says no. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra."
Before anybody gets on my ass about hypocritical bias, they also showed ads with men talking about the abuse they received from women, expressing how men can also be victims of domestic abuse, which was pretty cool. Pretty progressive by today's standards. I would say that's even more progressive than what goes on around today. While people like to fight against domestically abused women, they all like to pretend that men can't be victims. So these videos were actually more advanced and were released 20 years ago. Although we kinda went back on that. A class I took in high school was media. Multimedia, film, whatever. Just like in art class, this was also a subject people took just to goof around in. Like, once the class managed to annoy the teacher enough for her to leave, then someone went up to the clock and pushed the minute hand forward 30 minutes before she came back. Waited until a half hour passed and pointed out how it's time for recess and that the bell didn't go off. But just like art class and its reputation, what you get out of the class is what you put in. Some kids put into the class and the teachers rewarded it. Once, they decided to hold a movie night for all the movies the students had made. To make them feel like real adults. I didn't make any movies. I made a shitty webcomic because I was into them at the time. I'm still wondering how I got a passing grade. But a few of my friends did, and I went along to the movie night. Only a few of them actually stood out, like the one about someone getting hit by a car and her ghost haunting all her crying friends until they get happy. The faces they made were funny. One group of friends made a movie about Mormons. The video shows someone opening the door to a couple of Mormons and suddenly sprinting away. He runs through bushy areas trying to get away from them, while you can see the Mormons following him in the background. He makes it to a friend's house, but when he steps inside, he finds the Mormons waiting for him. After the credits, it shows him dressed like a Mormon and approaching a door. That was a good laugh. Another group of friends made a movie about rape. Oof, heavy stuff. That topic was popular with the girls in high school for some reason. Her video was fine, but if you knew the areas she filmed it in, it was a bit funny knowing how some of the scenes she wrote couldn't have happened at those locations. It was also about finding religion for some reason. I was with the first group of friends and we were kinda going Mystery Science Theater on it. Just chuckling at some of the cartoon sound effects used for such a heavy topic. We were in the corner away from everyone else, they couldn't hear us. Next video was about domestic abuse. I didn't actually know the people who made this video, but they were the couple in high school. You know who I'm talking about. The guy and girl who started dating early in high school and dated all the way through to graduation. Other teenagers dated in high school, but these people spent all their time with each other that it was actually odd to see them apart. I think every school has at least one couple. Their video had the guy getting noticeably angry and mad at something, while his girlfriend kept trying to find out what was wrong, leading him to just grabbing her and dragging her out of the house while she begged him to stop. I don't think that video was actually finished. While the video was playing, I chuckled and mentioned to the guys that when the video was done, I was going to shout, "Australia says no." The alpha of the group, yeah, this guy actually followed that ideology. He said to me, "No, that sounds horrible and won't be funny." I'll say it, then it'll be hilarious. Oh, okay. I thought I had a good joke there, but I guess it would be better if someone else stole it. So the video ends, the credits roll, and he shouts out, "Australia says no." There was no reaction. He got a oh shit face and slid his back down into the chair while the rest of us were trying not to make any noise. I looked sideways and slowly tilted my head to look at the audience. Every guy was busy chatting to each other, but every single girl in the audience was looking directly at us. Ah shit, we're gonna get in trouble for that one. Sometime later, we actually noticed one of the teachers had moved to sit behind us to, I guess, keep an eye on us? What did she think we were gonna do? Bum rush the women to abuse? After movie night, we're hanging just outside the theatre in the corridor and chatting to people. We're chatting to our favourite IT teacher, the one who we were friends with who always ran the PC LANs at the end of every semester. The internet comes up and he laughs, saying it's one of the funniest things he's ever heard. Then, with a stern look right into our eyes, he said that there was absolutely no way he would have ever laughed out loud at it. Thankfully, nothing really came from it, although I feel like he got away with it. He wasn't exactly the popular kid in school, but he was friendly and charming enough to get along with anyone and did get away with a lot. Like the time he got away with chasing a girl into the girl's toilet with a video camera. That was a funny day. I guess stealing that joke from me kind of saved my ass. I probably wouldn't have gotten away with it. Probably would have gotten some fallout from it. Wouldn't want to go through that again. Like a couple of years prior when I had the whole school demanding my blood for violently and mercilessly beating up a special needs kid. But that's a different story.